Hello and welcome to Ms. White's grade 10 math class. This is 5.1, multiplying polynomials. So we're going to do some definitions first. Monomial means mono means one, nomial means term. So one term, binomial, two terms, tri, three terms, and then we kind of give up and we say poly, many terms. So you don't say quadrinomial because it's just too many words to remember. What's a term? Well, a term is numbers and variables that are separated by plus and minus sign. So for example, 2x squared plus 5xy minus 10, right? So there's a plus and there's a minus, so there's three terms here, 1, 2, 3. So that's a trinomial, okay? And then we're going to talk about distributive property, which is to multiply. So basically we're going to multiply the outside term by everything on the inside of a bracket. What do I mean? Well, I'll show you in a second. This is from grade 9, so hopefully you remember it. Of bracket. And if I'm going too fast for you, you can make the video slower, or you can pause at any time, of course, so feel free. Okay, so we're going to expand and simplify. Expand means we're going to multiply. And simplify means we're going to collect like terms. We can talk about that in a second. Okay, so here I'm going to multiply the 3x, that's a monomial, times everything on the inside of this bracket. We've got three terms on the inside, so it's a trinomial there. Okay, so 3x times 2x, 3 times 2 is 6, x times x is x squared, 3x times 1, and 3x times negative 5x squared, excuse me, negative 15x cubed. Okay, so now I've expanded. I'm going to simplify by collecting like terms. Well, here, like terms means that they have the exact same variables and exponents. So even though everything here has an x, but we have an x squared, an x, and an x cubed, so they don't have the same exponents. So we're done. There's no more simplifying that needs to get done there. Okay? So that's the distributive property. We can also use the distributive property to do a binomial times a binomial. So you can see part B, a binomial times a binomial. We're just going to take everything from the first bracket and multiply it by everything in the second bracket, right? So this x is going to get multiplied by this one and this one, and this 2 is going to get multiplied by this one and this one. Okay, so we have a mnemonic to remember that. It's first, outside, inside, last, FOIL. Okay, so the first two, so the x times this x, the first two in the brackets, right, that's F. The outside two, that's O. The inside two, that's I. And the last two, last parts of the bracket, L. Okay, so that's FOIL. So x times x, x squared, x times negative 5, negative 5x, 2 times x, and 2 times negative 5. You'll notice I'm also putting the sign with it because that's going to separate out my terms. Okay, so I've expanded. Now I'm going to collect like terms. X squared is by itself, negative 5 and 2, so negative 3x minus 10. Okay, that's my simplified version. I'm going to do a little victory dance and move along. Okay, so again, let's do first two. 3x squared, outside 2, the inside 2, and the last 2. Collect like terms, 3x squared, negative 15x, negative 7x, and plus 35. Okay? So you might ask yourself, what do I do if I've got both, right? Like this part D, I've got FOIL and I've got distributive property. I've got a negative 2 in front. Well, first do FOIL. Always do FOIL first. Why? Well, you could do it the other way, but you're more likely to make a mistake, so it's better just FOIL first, okay? So, my screen keeps moving on its own. 4x times 7x. I'm going to leave the negative 2 out and just leave it alone for now. 4x times negative 6, the outside 2, the inside 2, and the last 2. The more you do this, the easier it gets. You just have to practice it. You can collect like terms now, or you can expand first. I'm going to collect like terms right now. So, but it's up to you. Okay, and then I will distributive property. So negative 2 times 28, negative 2 times negative 59x, which is a positive 118x, and then negative 2 times 30. Okay? Boom. All right. If you look at part E, this one looks intimidating, but again, just attack it what you know. Okay, so we're going to do the distributive property for this, and we're going to do FOIL out here for this part. So 4n squared minus 3n. And then you need to keep this minus and put brackets, okay? That's really important when you do the FOIL. So 5n times 2, so to outside the, first 2, the outside 2. Oh, what am I doing? Okay, I'm going too fast. Hold on. So 5n times 3n is 15n squared. Don't go too fast. You got to check yourself. 5n plus 2, the outside 2, the inside 2, and then the last 2. Okay? Collect like terms here if you want, or you can just distribute that negative. It's like having a negative 1. Okay, secretly a negative 1 here. So negative 1 times. So I'm going to times everything by negative 1 by just changing the sign. So negative 1 times 15n squared, negative 1 times 10n, negative 1 times 3n, and negative 1 times 2. Now I can collect like terms. And you'll notice I'm going to underline the things that I have with different types of underline for each type of term. Negative 3n minus 10n minus 3n is negative 16n and 2. This is because sometimes you might make a mistake and you want to double check your work. So you can double check, okay, did I get all of the like terms and did I add them correctly? And that way you can check your work. Okay, so we're going to do one more question. Bianca wants to know the area of brick. She needs to build a path around a garden. We're going to say it's a rectangular garden. How do I know? Just because I wrote the question, so that's why. But it doesn't really say, so it should say. If their garden is 3 meters long and 4 meters wide, find the area of the path. So we're doing it on 3 sides, 3 meters long, 4 meters wide, okay? So we've got a garden like this. This is going to be 3 and this is going to be 4. Oh, let's make it a flower garden. Okay, and we want to do brick all the way around. How do I know which way? Like, would it be okay to do it this way? Like this? Yes, that would be fine too. Okay, doesn't matter, whichever you choose. It doesn't specify, so you can pick. And I don't know how wide the path is, so I'm going to let that be my unknown, my x. Okay, so I want to know the area of this shaded part. Okay, so whichever interpretation you use would be fine. I'm going to use the one that I drew first. I'm going to erase the other one. Okay, so the area of this is going to be, well, this is a rectangle within a rectangle, right? So I want to do the area of the big rectangle first, and I'm going to subtract off the little rectangle, and that's going to tell me the area of the shaded. So this part is going to be 4 plus x, right? So this part's 4, and then this is x, so that's 4 plus x. And this part, this long part, is going to be 3 plus 1x and another x, so 2 x's, so 2x plus 3. Okay, so the area is going to be the big area, 4 plus x, times 2x plus 3, and subtract the little area, which is 3 by 4. So 3 times 4. Okay, so I'm going to do my FOIL, 8x plus outside 12 plus inside 2x squared plus last minus 3 times 4, which is 12. Collect my like terms, 2x squared 8x plus 3x. And then 12 minus 12 is 0. So this is in meters squared. Boom. This is a word problem, so I'll write a word solution. The path area is 2x squared plus 11x meters squared. Bam. There you go, Bianca. We helped you out with your garden. That's the whole lesson. Hope you guys have a wonderful day, and I will see you in class. Bye.